saw this story on Sheriff Joe. Tons more shocking Obama information. And I said, you know what? Let's have him on. Because I'm going to tell you, I don't know how much more there is out there, but I hope he's right. Oh, my goodness, do I hope he's right. I hope he's right because I can't wait to jam it down the throats of a bunch of people who took at face value what they were told and who sat silently for fear of racism. Oh, Sheriff Joe Arpaio, America's Sheriff, is on with us. Hello, Sheriff.
How are you, Michael? How's Houston or wherever you're at?
I'm in Houston right now. Oh. Why did you point out that the last time you came in my studio I was wearing shorts? Was that unprofessional?
No, they weren't pink.
They weren't what?
Pink. All my inmates wear pink shirts.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not one of your inmates. So WND, World News Daily, is reporting, WorldNetDaily, I guess, that you say that there is tons more potentially shocking information on Barack Obama. What do you got, sir?
Well, I don't want to go into too much of that. We did have a press conference March 1 to show the birth certificate we feel is forged. And then just today I released a press release going to the Selective Service Director into the President's Selective Service card. We feel that's a forgery also, the evidence we detected. So I'm asking them to help us out and pursue this investigation.
My understanding is that from the best information that's out there, and I've not seen your press release from today, that it is believed that his Selective Service card, or maybe it's his Social Security number, comes from New Jersey. Where does the Selective Service card come from?
Oh, that's apples and oranges. We're talking about the form itself where it was signed 1980, all the others that did get their card at that time, but the stamp on the president's, the one that we got from that agency, showed just an 80. 19 is left out because I guess they couldn't go back and get a 1980 stamp, so they made one up. So, which means that this card is probably produced the last 3-4 years, not back in 1980.
You say in the press release, Sheriff Joe Arpaio is our guest, we got tons of other information that could be very shocking too, but I'm sticking now with just the forgery investigation and possible criminal violations.
Yes.
Is it your intention to pursue this case if there is a forgery of his birth certificate?
Well, I'm trying to, that's a complicated issue here. We do have standing when you go public, the White House, and they show that certificate. I think everybody in the United States has standing, including here, whether you can get on a ballot or not. I'm really zeroing in on the possible criminal activity dealing with forgeries of a document. I'm not accusing the president in being directly involved, but I want to get to the bottom of it to see who may be forging documents. That's all.
You've noted, Sheriff Joe Arpaio is our guest, that this is probably the biggest censorship blackout in the history of the United States. When you had your first press release, it was shocking to me that almost none of the traditional mainstream media covered that. Even if you were wrong, the statements you were making were shocking. I mean, somebody should have covered that.
I hate to joke, but when I go to the toilet, I make national news. I've been on 4,000 profiles overseas and hundreds around the country. I'm not talking about talk shows, but isn't it interesting? I have a press conference March 1. We put all the evidence on the screen. We explained everything. Nobody asked about that. All they had to do was say, I just want publicity, or this is just rehashing. This is nothing. Why didn't they talk about the evidence? No. I just put a press release out now asking the investigation on the president on his registration card. I'm not getting any calls, and we're showing good evidence in the letter and the press release. How come nobody's calling?
It does seem odd, doesn't it? In your March 1st press conference, you pointed out the work that had been done by the cold case posse, your cold case posse, and you pointed out that was not at taxpayer expense. This was all
That's
volunteer
right.
work.
I did that purposely.
And I'm assuming that since then, plenty of other people have come forward and offered to assist. I mean, I would assume there are a lot of people with forensics expertise that would love to be a part of this effort.
Of course. We got this isn't just those two issues. We investigate many more issues. You probably heard quite a few. The public has. But let me say this. We're the only law enforcement agency that's taken this on. I don't need this politically to get reelected. I know I'm taking some heat, taking a lot of heat. The Justice Department is investigating me, but I'm not doing it because of that. 250 Tea Party people came to me and asked me to do something, and what do? Throw it in a wastebasket? I wanted to clear the president. I would have been very happy to clear the president. All I said 6 months ago, give me a copy of the microfilm, and then it was shown he was really born in Hawaii. But where is it? They won't give it up.
Has the White House or the Justice Department, Sheriff Joe Arpaio is our guest, have either of them responded to the allegations you leveled on March 1st?
No. Now I wrote to the head of the Selective Service. Let's see if he responds. I'm not done writing letters. I'm going to start writing to all these people asking for their help that could be involved in this situation. So I'm not giving this up. I didn't have a press conference hoping to get on media and then leave.
If our listeners want to help you, is there a website or someplace they can go to contribute?
Well, I'm not. I don't know. The posse is independent in a sense. They work for me for nothing. But I don't know. You may go to WND or whatever that web is. But they're doing it for nothing. Of course, I'm not using any of my resources, which I could, because now we're into criminal investigations. But I'm happy the way the ex-cops and lawyers are doing this. They're doing a great job. I want to keep it sort of, keep it close to the vest in a way.
Sheriff Joe Arpaio, I'm up against a break. Thanks for the good work you're doing. Nobody else will do it, but you will. Stay strong, my man. Stay strong. More Michael Berry Show coming up.
Keep listening.
The Michael Berry Show.
This is an obsession.